says, get the fuck up, throw your hands in the sky. The brothers in the back shooting traps now, what's up? Committee pity the fool that act shitty in the midst of the calm, the witty. New Jerusalem, get the fuck up. Shaolin, get the fuck up. Long Isle, get the fuck up. Worldwide, get the fuck up.
Kind of like just talking, and all of a sudden we just started to geek out into a real serious geekgasm, you know?
Wowzer movies. Wowzer movies.
Raiders
Raiders is a Wowzer.
First time I came out of that, I was like, that's it.
That's it. Don't never make another movie. That's it. It's done.
I come on and Stop on My Mama shoot the same way.
Stop on My Mama will shoot. That's how we know we have started
I'm
already.
an Oscar man myself.
I think it's got
Oscar what?
flaws.
No.
I'm here with you alone. Anyway, so welcome back to the Geektasm. All right, and we got the brothers back in the house. We got the Buzz, and we got Shameless Murph. He still doesn't like that name.
Am I technically a brother now?
No,
my brother.
We call everybody brother. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to stay you down.
All right.
But you know, not
Think of it less
completely
street,
out.
more monk.
Right. I thought you were going for
Please not monk, because we know what the monks do. So anyway,
I thought you were going for the watermelon man brother type thing.
Oh, he did.
He did.
All right, there are things you don't say, but anyway,
It's a classic film.
Well,
that's kind of like saying White Man's Burton's is a classic film just because it got John
You can't go
Travolta
wrong
in
with
it.
a Van Peebles movie.
Well,
you can.
No.
What was that?
No.
Sweet, bad ass
Sweet
song.
Sweetbags, which has a stunning, one of my all-time favorite scores, by the way, by
Really?
Ramsey Lewis and Earth, Wind and Fire and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah. I like Mario's version, the badass song. You know, where he was really saying that Melvin was just a porno director who needed some money and he made this movie. You know, that I thought that was a real great tribute to Dad. So anyway,
Moving on.
welcome to the Geektasm, and like pretty much, you know, when we were talking about topics that we can do, one of the things that we did last time was we went into the modern age, the present day. Me and Merv, because Merv was like, "Do we have to go in the past all the time?"
Did I say that?
Really?
Did I say that?
You did.
I did say that. I
And-
did exactly in that voice.
Exactly. I think he was more upset that we both saw Django and he didn't, and everything like that. He's like,
and then he saw it.
when's my moment coming? When are we gonna do that? What are we gonna do? So anyway, what I thought would be interesting, kind of like in the tradition of Star Wars. Now that JJ is going to be doing a new series, is that what we would do is we would do the sequel, and the sequel. The two will be the sequel to one of our first shows, me and Buzz, where we did Kung Fu, when we talked about movies of the 70s. And I thought that was really fantastic show. It's one of my favorite ones. But we actually kind of got lost in the sauce a little bit because you hit me with a real geekasm. And remember what that was?
No.
When you told me about Jimmy Wang
Jimmy
Yu
Wang Yu.
coming out before Bruce Lee. Now,
Oh, yeah.
Now, remember, as an American, you know, we got those movies first, I think. But, you know, it was all about Bruce Lee and Into the Dragon, and then all of a sudden, all of these movies came flooding in. So we didn't realize that these movies were actually made beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so Jimmy Wang Yu was a big major star
Well, Shaw
for.
Brothers were making films before Bruce.
Well, yeah, but I don't think at that point
Jimmy
we cared.
was with Shaw Brothers though, so.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? We didn't care. You know, we didn't care until, you know, Fist of Fury, and then everybody was out in the street going, what the, you know? And then we just ate it all up. All the different Kung Fu movies, they just came crashing in. Like, you guys were saying that you got it mostly in the 80s, didn't you? Where
I got the video craze.
The video, with the advent of video hitting there.
Yeah, but I saw them in the pictures, so did you not see them in the pictures? That's what I'm trying to say.
Don't forget, we're two little cherubs.
Yeah, okay. Tell them
I'm
not to
little
get too
piece of
close. Yeah, okay. I can imagine you in a diaper. Go ahead.
I mean, the fair few times that we ever saw any sort of martial art action on the movie when we went to the movies, like in the 70s, it was usually like a throwaway thing in something like, I don't know, Disney's One of Our Dinosaurs is Missing, or of course.
Wait a minute. So what did they do? Play Hong Kong Cat with One of Our Dinosaurs is Missing?
The first thing I got Kung Fu wise was Hong Kong Phooey. That was the main.
Well, the cartoon, exactly. Scatman Crothers.
Exactly.
I actually hit it before Merv did. Oh yeah! Wow, what's up, boys?
was much more of a fan of Rosemary, the telephone operator.
Yeah, she was something about it.
No, Mr.
Funny
Slate.
that was. I remember arguing about that in school about what's Hong Kong Fu's real name, and they'd say, "Oh, it's Henry. It's not Henry. Henry with a P."
Yeah, why do you think they did that?
No idea.
Copyright on Henry.
Hanna-Barbera at lisps.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay, but anyway, my point
needed a
was.
P.
My point was is that because coming from New York, we had 42nd Street, so we had the whole like double feature theaters that you couldn't had to worry about what was on the floor, but we had the double feature theaters, so all of these kung fu imports just came slamming in, so we saw them in a big screen. Whereas, like you guys were saying, you mostly got this stuff on video.
On
or?
video
mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, there were places I used to go to. It used to be a club in Luton in the mid 1980s, where a lot of the
It's down London way.
this is just near London way, and I used to go and see movies there, but that was like you felt a bit illicit. It was almost like going to like a porno club or something. So you go there and whatnot, but a lot of the people, the majority of the audience there would be staff from local Chinese restaurants, and it's the only way they got to see the movies. So I would go and see things, and I'd see movies like obviously there's a lot of Golden Harvest, a lot of early Jet Li sort of stuff.
Jet Li,
like
no. Jet Li didn't come out then.
82.
Oh well, you talking about the 80s?
Yeah. Well, let's just say that's when I said.
Do you want to have like the proper?
Yeah, man. I'm trying to go back in time. I'm trying to show.
But the interesting point that you said before about everyone coming out and do that, because we have to say it, and it's a cliche.
We called it souped up.
The souped up, indeed.
We were souped
but it
up.
absolutely the crowning moment, the tectonic plates shifted. As soon as Bruce came along, it just made all the difference.
Yeah. Well,
but prior to Bruce, let's talk pre-Bruce then. Let's
that's
Jimmy and
Mr. Wang Yu was the man. He changed everything. He was there wouldn't have been.
Indeed.
Well, there would have been Bruce Lee probably, but not in the way that. He lifted Shaw Brothers from a small little independent shack to this.
I mean,
But
Five Fingers
to a company
company
that tried to.
But before you go to Jimmy Wang Yu, right? See, this is where I was hoping to Geektasm Colin here. Do you know that, like, Cantonese films, the original heroes were females?
Yeah.
Okay, so then, like, the thing about it is Jimmy Wang Yu wasn't exactly, like, the first
Jimmy Wang Yu was a woman.
No.
Wang Yu means woman.
Does it?
In Cantonese.
Right, okay. I thought Jimmy Wang Yu actually was Jimmy Stewart, but like, no, actually what it was that his first film...
Why you kill my father? Why?
It's a wonderful kung fu man. That's what it is.
Oh God, that was...
Him and Harvey going at it.
That's funny.
Rabbit style. Killed Han Valance.
Giant rabbit style, you bastard.
Rabbit style. So, lost my train of thought. So,
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to. Tim Stewart, Tim Kelly, together at last. In partner.
It's gotta be made.
It has to be made, folks. There's the script.
Cut that bit out because we've got to save that bit.
Don't let the Weinstein see that.
So, anyway, yeah. So, Fearless Trio was his first movie for these guys, but the stars were females, as I was trying to say. Yeah. So, what it was the whole wushu, Wing Chun, all of that was based upon female karate, kung fu styles, and everything like that. So,
a lot of it came from theatre, from the Chinese.
For the Peking opera and everything. So, what it was interesting in my research is that two of our top female stars were
of
Cantonese kung fu movies.
Angeline Wao.
Nora Mayo and Angela Mayo.
Angela Mayo from Enter the Dragon. Nora Mayo from Fist of Fury.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what I was going to say. That's what I was. Yeah, but that's what. Look. Let's call this a tribute for a second to International Women's Day. That's what I was going to say. Was we all are familiar with Angela Mayo and Nora Mayo from Fist of Fury, Enter the Dragon,
Way of
the Dragon.
She looks the best in Way.
Yeah.
But the thing about it was these were like
actually in New Fist of Fury with Jackie Chan.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which has the great moment where Jackie just goes.
Where Bruce goes. He goes.
And what? Do they double his arms?
Yeah.
And then I can't actually do it.
No, but then halfway through that, they take the doubling off, and he's just going. But he looks immense. He also looks about 10.
Right.
Before he had his plastic.
Well. You know, his
12.
face. He seemed like he had some kind of reconstructive surgery from his stuntman days.
He got himself done. He's got himself westernized. As
Yeah.
he said. Done his eyes.
No, it's amazing. Because I keep looking every time I turn on like Fist of Fury and Chinese Connection. I keep looking for Jackie Chan because Jackie Chan was actually the guy who went through
the window.
I'm going
to press pause for a moment now. We are going to have ourselves a little UK geekgasm here. Chase here has just mentioned Fists of Fury and the Chinese Connection. Now, those UK viewers at home are probably thinking to themselves, well, what movies are these? I've never heard these movies. What movies are
Return of the Dragon.
And Return of the Dragon, of course.
Return of the Dragon, yeah.
Here's the thing, folks. In the UK, Fist of Fury was called The
Big Boss. Yes.
And, of course, the Chinese Connection,
Fist of Fury.
My personal favourite Bruce
They call it the Chinese Connection because he plays a phone operator.
Yeah,
in the film.
That's some
the
American stupidity right there. Where's a name we could come up with?
And also, the French Connection was in the air as well. So
probably, yeah.
I think that's more along those lines.
Return of the Dragon was called Return of the Dragon because Enter the Dragon had come out in America.
Already had come out.
Even though Way of the Dragon was shot first.
Indeed.
And everything. And actually, I didn't realize that because I felt, I followed all the stupidity of looking at the timeline of the movies, how they came out. But I didn't realize that he actually did Way the Dragon before he did Enter the Dragon.
Not only did he beat Chuck Norris, he was dead when he done it.
What more can you say to
Judging
that?
by time.
And the literal translation of the Mandarin title for Way of the Dragon is A Hero Who Travels.
It was. That's exactly what he did.
So
the first film I ever saw, being a little bit serious, on video was Fist of Fury.
Mine was Enter the Dragon.
Was it Enter the Dragon?
Yeah.
Mine was Fist of Fury. It was on Rank Video. I meant Rank Video, the three, Fist of Fury, Big Boss Win. All had the same style covers. They were all had the art on them.
yeah, but they had that.
Did you watch the tapes to the end?
Oh yeah.
And what happened to the end? You got the trailers, indeed.
The trailers at the end, but the Rank, it was just it's that video thing where you just, that nostalgia.
Yeah.
I know me and you were heavily into the nostalgia thing.
Yeah.
So, but that was a big deal, and I've never seen anything like. I mean, the only films I'd seen was stuff on the pictures I'd seen, Empire Strikes Back and Star Wars and Jaws. And then to see some Chinese guy.
The strange thing, as we're getting all nostalgic here, I mean, I grew up with these movies even though I hadn't seen them. I didn't see Enter the Dragon until I was 12 years old, back in 1433. But, it feels like it. Anyway, but because of my father and my older brothers, and it's no coincidence growing up in a predominantly black house, these kung fu movies were big. These were big. Okay, because it's no coincidence in terms of like Afro culture how popular these movies are. Anyway, I knew like scene for scene each of these movies without even seeing a single frame.
Right, exactly.
So by the time and they didn't disappoint by the time. But I actually did see them. First time I remember seeing Into the Dragon and just like here's that bit coming up where he.
Well, you got to realize that this is before VCRs. Well, in the 80s, probably not. But looking at these movies over and over again, this is just like the mentality. People just kept going to the theaters.
I think you're only going to look at the influence of the American because it seeped into blaxploitation stuff.
Of course. Well, Jim Kelly,
exactly. But anything even to like Dolomite.
Dolomite was just
genius.
Absolutely. The fight scenes in that are some of the greatest ever committed to celluloid.
Some of the greatest editing that you've ever seen.
But that's where it came from. That's where they got it from. Obviously,
I just love the immortal line where the movie stops and you hear the voice. You don't believe me? Well, watch this shit again.
Do you rewind it? Show it again.
We'll
do a separate blaxploitation.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, my point I was trying to get to was about women and about Angela Mao and Nora Miao in the sense where these women were fantastic fighters. I saw this movie, I just got this movie, I don't know if you guys seen it, called The Invincible 8. Which was like...
Invincible Trio.
No. Invincible 8, because there's 8 of them.
Yeah.
But Nora Miao and Angela Mao actually were two of the fighters in it. But what I'm just trying to say was, it's just tragic. Because actually, I was just doing a lecture on the progression of female roles. That's why I guess I wanted to tie it in. It's the fact, it was tragic that here they were, stars of their own films and everything. And then when Bruce Lee comes out and makes this movie, and we go back to the big boss, Nora Miao is like an ice cream salesperson. She's only in it for like 5 seconds.
The thing is,
it was just to me. I was just saying, this is like, whoa, what a heavy. That's like Meryl Streep being a maid.
The problem was Golden Harvest knew what they had when they hired Bruce. They knew what they could do with him. They'd seen him in his American stuff. They'd seen him in.
I mean, Raymond Chow had just a complete enough faith.
He just knew.
Yeah. So he just wanted to. You're saying that he just wanted to put his like female stars in the film, even though they. Yeah. I mean, we're just talking about totally relegated down. I mean, nothing.
I don't think they were relegated. I just think they were given
sideline.
They knew but then again,
but in Way of the Dragon, she had a little bit of a bigger role, but she still didn't fight, which I thought was strange.
She King, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
He's in a cracking Jackie Chan film called The Young Master.
The Young Master, indeed.
Which
has great stool fighting.
Yeah, with the Yuen
Bien and lovely climbing up.
Yuen Bien was one of his brothers from the Peking Opera. Samo. Well, they were kind of like the three. Yeah, exactly.
It was 8 and was it 7 Little Fortunes?
7 Little Fortunes, yeah.
So 7. What are you talking about? Like the Lucky Stars series?
No. Jackie's like Peking Opera group.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, weren't they in this Lucky Star series? Jackie Chan had the series of films.
No, some of the main three.
Wheel was it Meals on Wheels and Lucky Stars?
No, that wasn't in there.
No, only Jackie and Samo.
Yeah.
Was Yuen Bien? Nothing Yuen Bien.
Yuen Biao was in all of those films.
Mountain Stars, Winners and Sinners.
Winners and Sinners.
Twinkle, Lucky Stars.
So what about those? So would you say those films? Would you say those films came out in the 80s?
Late 80s,
Would you say they were like a counterpoint to the 5 Deadly Venom films?
No, I think Deadly Venom was
well, no. First, I didn't say they were better. I said counterpoint, meaning like Jackie Chan had his own crew, and he was making his series of films.
The winners in this films were Samo's, not really Jackie's. Jackie always sort of just popped up, and then they were like guest starring roles for Jackie. The winners.
Yeah, well, that's really kind of like Samo just trying to like grab his thunder, didn't he?
Exactly.
And everything like that, because Samo actually had much more of a facial role in Enter the Dragon. Because wasn't Samo the kid?
He's the opening. No, Samo's the opening.
No, the guy he fights with.
Yeah. Jackie does turn up and he holds Bruce from behind, and eventually gets his.
You talk about that Bruce hits him with the head with the nunchucks.
Here we go. Enter the Dragon.
Right.
The kid. Look.
Yes,
the kid. Who's the kid? Now.
What, the kid where he like looks at he smacks him in the head?
14, wasn't he?
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Oh.
The kid grew up to be a big director in Hong Kong.
I do know this.
Oh no. So he's not an actor. How are we supposed to know?
Ringo.
No.
No, Ringo.
Ringo would. No, I don't know.
Stanley Tong,
thank you.
No way.
Yes.
Now that is a good one. Stanley Tong is a name that you would recognize.
Police Story 3 and tons of stuff. Great
man, that is funny. Now that's a good Geektasm, that one, and everything like that.
I've got another one, but we'll get to that.
All right,
we'll get to
anyway, we got Jimmy Wang.
I'll get. We ever go all funny out now because you got to. If you talk about Enter the Dragon, you got to talk about the score. And Lalo is just
Lalo Schifrin.
Yeah,
Lalo Schifrin.
But wasn't that matter of bringing him over from Batman?
No, Lalo didn't do Batman.
Lalo Schifrin did do Batman.
Nelson Riddle.
Nelson Riddle did Batman.
No, hold on, anyway. Lalo Schifrin's name is in the credits of the Batman series.
Oh, jeez.
Uh-oh.
You've got a different IMDb than us.
Yeah. Lalo Schifrin.
Mission Impossible and...
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
This is gonna cause me to pull out all of my Batman series. Did he not do any one of Batman? Lalo Schifrin?
Nope.
Okay, sorry, but okay, go ahead.
That was a reverse Geektasm.
Yeah, well, okay. So anyway, yes, he did the score for that. So, all right. As we're in the early days where we said like these kind of like pre-Bruce days, we had Jimmy Wang Yu, but there was also another star as well.
In the pre-Bruce days?
Yeah, we talking Zoom-play movies.
No, we're talking Kung Fu movies.
Pre-Bruce. So you're on a different level in
Remember that music?
Ironside.
Yeah.
Quincy Jones.
Yeah, you know.
Quincy Jones wasn't in.
He was. Quincy Jones was in Show Brothers.
5 Fingers of Death with Lole. Every time he puts his iron hands up, they would shine a red light on it, and you hear.
I don't think Lole was a huge star though.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
In your house.
Lole.
Telephone
Reason
was
why
the
they don't
biggest
think
TV show
Lole.
in
Hold
our
on.
house ever.
Reason why they don't think Lole was a huge star was because he wasn't an attractive man. But like Lole, first of all, Lole. No, in the early days, Lole did like King Bossy, did Five Fingers of Death. He also came to America and he worked. He also came to America and worked with.
Did the music to Baba?
He also came to America and worked with Lee Van Cleef on The Stranger and the Gunfighter.
He did,
That's
indeed.
right.
And everything like that. So, but he just wasn't an attractive man.
Directed by Antonio Margheriti, who's an Italian.
Okay, and can we name
Because of the whole
East, West,
spaghetti
West.
western.
Red Sun?
Red Sun, directed by one of the most influential
What am I doing
directors
with
of
these
the last 50 years, 51 years. He's Irishman.
He's an
He made a
Irishman.
movie that changed cinema in 1962.
Jesus Christ,
He
man.
did do
What
Dr.
life
No.
do these
I know
guys
his name's
have?
Terence Fish in the Terence.
Terence Fisher's Hammer. It's Hammer time.
Terence!
Opposite of old.
Yeah. Terence Young.
Terence
I
Young.
know
Terence
Young
Young.
very well. Terence Young, great director.
Anyway.
What, he directed Stranger and the
directed-
Gunfighter?
No,
Red
he
Sun.
Red
Antonio
Sun.
Margheriti directed.
Okay.
It was an Italian, it was a spaghetti western.
Strange enough,
Actually,
that's
Chen
pretty much
Che directed the Kung Fu scenes.
Is that the one with she got the tattoos?
Chen Che did the.
yeah.
Yeah.
Chen Che directed, they brought Chen Che and they brought Shaw Brothers in to help them do the.
So this
Martial
kind of like starting out Chen Che before he went on and took over the Five Deadly Venoms and
a
everything?
bit before that. He did all the fight scenes for Legend of the Golden Vampires
That's
for Hammer
right.
as well.
Right. So, but can
Well,
we
then
agree
he
that
became-
Lole was the star then?
I'll give you he was a star.
He was a
of
star of
film.
it, yeah.
Yeah, you may not like him. Not a lot of
Oh,
people
no,
do,
I'm
but I'm
saying
just
that
trying to
Lole-
say,
Lole's
you know,
a top
Lole.
guy.
Yeah. So, but then he ended up wearing the white hair and becoming a bad guy.
Becoming a
Like
bad
what
guy.
was it, Fist of White Lotus or Seven Grandmasters?
He's in Seven
Seven
Grandmasters.
Grandmasters, yeah.
And everything. So I mean, you know, but it was a recognizable face. Like who was the recognizable bad guy in a lot of well, of course, a lot of the Venom movies, but he played a bad guy all the time. Wang Long-Wei.
Long way, yeah.
Wang Long-Wei. He was always in there. He was so cool though, wasn't he? He was always in there. You just imagine him being like God of the Gamblers or something like that, because you could just imagine him being in like some
Well, a
kind
lot of them
of
actually,
black
as they
suit.
got older, they
Yeah,
went
no,
on to
like
the 80s
Tai
and
Lung
became-
and David
Tai
Chiang
Lung
and all that.
David Chiang played Drunk, you know, fights about Drunken Master 2. David Chiang plays Jackie Chan's father in Drunken Master 2.
No way.
Which no way wasn't in it. But
No way did he make that joke.
no way did I make that joke. No way. One of my favourite Chiang actors. Because he never used to get a movie because he used to say, "No way is he in this."
Shut up, man, already.
I'm off.
And on that bombshell.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, go ahead. So, David Chiang, yes.
David Chiang plays Jackie's father in Drunken Master 2, and he's about 7 years older than Jackie.
Wow.
quite funny, so.
Well, you know, because as we move into like the post Bruce stage, is that you know these stars starting to take up. David Chiang would be one of them, wouldn't he? Because him and Tai Lung were kind of like the Batman and Robin of several films. Seven Blows of the Dragons,
Speaking of Batman and Robin,
Duel of the Iron
one of my
Fist.
favourites post Bruce movies, stroke Cash In, stroke Dance on the Man's Grave. The body's not even cold yet movie.
Please don't say Enter the Dragon, Exit the Tiger.
No,
that was
what
like
is
the
it?
worst
Bruce
one.
Lee versus Superman,
Yeah.
which is an absolute fantastic. Not only do you get, that's not Bruce Lee, it's
Bruce Lee, Bruce.
Well,
Lee,
at that
Lee.
point,
Yeah.
we had to bring up the whole the
Bruceploitation.
multiplication of Bruce. Yeah,
Bruceploitation.
yeah, Bruceploitation film.
Lee and
Bruce
Lee.
Lee, Low.
Dragon Lee's a good one.
Dragon Lee.
Conan Lee.
Dragon Lee was only good
Conan
because he
Lee
was
was
big.
And one of my and the greatest of them all, and this is no joke, folks. Okay, somebody
Conan Lee.
thought, you know what, this will work.
Bronson Lee.
Bruce Lee.
There is a Bruce Lee.
There's a Bruce Lee.
I saw a film once with him.
Bruce
Jackal
Lee.
Chan
Jackal Chan.
and Chick Norris.
Hey.
There's a film.
Jesus Christ, man! The people who's involved in marketing. But yeah, but what about Bronson Lee? Huh?
Bronson Lee.
Bronson Lee.
Or
Bronson
Tadashi
Lee?
Yamashita is his real name.
Yeah, Tagashi Yamashita with the
The
big,
bad guy in
big,
the Octane, Chuck Norris.
yes.
Going back to, I don't know what we were going back to.
Well, we were talking
Bruce.
about the Batman and Robin Kung Fu, which was David Chiang and Tai
last
Lung.
point on Bruce Lee versus Superman is I just love the costumes because you've got they're kind of a hybrid between, it's like Robin meets Game of Death. and it's so painful. It's truly. I mean, I must have some masochistic sort of thing in the back of my head.
Well, you know, I mean, but speaking,
you have to see it. Everybody has to see it.
But
like Turkish Star Wars, it should only ever be seen once.
Turkish Evil Dead.
Anyway, but speaking. Oh God, speaking of the costumes, though, I mean, I gotta say, I got a lot of man love for those costumes that they, you know, I mean, you know, they can't be like made in reality, but the colors and you know, the design work and everything, the you know, the flash downs, like the arms are out, or you know, do you remember Princess Purple Rain, that guy Dex, his guitar player who sang that song Montenegro, and then he had like the black and the red triangle kind of thing. But it felt like it was one of those Chinese outfits, you know. And I love it how they like wrapped. Yeah, I love it how they wrapped like these white socks up with the black strings.
I always felt actually the whole that era of. Just side note,
fantastic.
To Prince for a second, was a fan. I mean, Prince, the look, it perfectly fitted around him, but his drummer or his bass player, Brown Mark, they just looked like I always felt they looked like bricklayers in the costumes. You know what I'm saying? Just looks like blood if you're 6'1". You know what I'm saying? You know? If you're this petite little guy, fine, but if you're this.
I gotta tell you that outfit. That what's the guy's name?
Des
Dickinson.
I gotta tell you.
And then went on his own. Yeah.
I gotta tell you. I had that top.
He had that top. Oh well.
I will at least admit that I've had that top, as opposed to saying I had the red leather jacket from Michael Jackson. I at least had the red triangle, you know, because you could flap it up. I had La Tigre made them.
La Tigre, indeed.
And I was able to, you know, have it black, you know, with the.
Well, laugh at me for having the no way joke.
We'll have an 80s.
Just trying to say I got style.
We'll have an 80s special coming up very soon, but just to leave you on that.
Don't tell me you're gonna have an afro or you're gonna bring pictures.
I had a million different hairstyles from raised flat top.
Milli Vanilli, were you like that?
I didn't have Milli Vanilli, but what I did have, I had it relaxed every 6 weeks. By the time I got my hair all cut off in 1989, I had my hair relaxed every 6 weeks. And it was down to there.
My God.
And it was wavy, and I was
Jesse
Johnson.
Now he's living.
He is married
to do that.
Yeah, Jesse Johnson. Who said Jesse Johnson?
I was.
No. Jesse Johnson had
Big Jericho.
Yeah, Jericho.
I had
Jericho.
I had multiple.
I had the pink.
Pink lotion.
Yeah, pink
of course.
lotion.
Did you have Stace Afro spray?
Yeah.
Indeed. White folks,
welcome to Geektasm.
White folks, you will return.
Welcome to Geektasm.
Geektasm. Back to the Kung Fu.
I should take over now.
You should. But no. So anyway, back to Seven Blows of the Dragon.
There were 3 types of
fantastic
films in the 70s.
Yes, please go ahead.
There were the traditional non-star.
Shaolin.
The traditional non-star, you know, guy gets taught, blah blah blah. No big star in it. Just that he was always
plenty of wushu, not particularly very interesting.
And they went on forever, and the end scene lasted 20 minutes on a hill, and it was just.
It was always on the hill, yes.
Then there's
water.
They call me Thunderfoot.
The Bruceploitation.
Thunder Kick.
Yeah.
No, Thunderfoot's from Drunken Master.
From Drunken Master. From the first.
Oh, well, you know there's a movie Thunder Kick though.
Yeah.
Okay, God.
Then there's the Bruceploitation.
Yeah.
Obviously offered from Bruce's death.
Yes.
Then there's the big star in Shaw Brothers films.
Yeah.
Which were, you know,
Alexander Fusheng,
the master.
Jimmy Wang Yu.
No, Jimmy Wang Yu. He's gone now.
Not Jimmy Yu. So I'm thinking. Sorry, I say
Jimmy left Shaw Brothers in about 72, 73.
I'm thinking more people like Unicorn Chan and whatnot. Yeah.
He went off and did his own stuff, which it got progressively worse. He did
Gordon Louis.
James Tyne.
James Tien.
Who never liked who allegedly was pissed off with Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
A big time.
I would be too. But like, because what I was going to say was James Tien was also in The Invincible 8, and he also, like Jimmy Wang Yu, was a star.
Yeah.
He was a star of that company, and then when Bruce came in, you know, what I was trying to look at was like how all these stars had got ramrodded over by this American supposed superstar, which Bruce was a superstar. But I'm just saying that their careers were pretty much shattered by his entrance.
As may have said before, Raymond Chow knew exactly what he had.
Yeah, but that still doesn't say nothing about the guys who were like, you know, the stars. Because if you think about it, you know, like Raymond Chow, what he did was he threw all of his stars into, you know, the big boys, because James Tien, I was watching it the other day, and for the first half an hour, this was a whole different movie. It was James Chan's movie.
Well, the idea
he was a star, and his cousin comes in, and he was always like the heroic kind of person, and then they kill him off.
Martial artist.
Yeah,
He was awful.
He was.
He wasn't that
But
good.
he was an actor. He was a
No wonder Kareem.
Oh well, the worst bit was in Chinese Connection where he crying over the teacher's picture. Teacher, why?
I actually love that scene. Though.
Still my favorite. It's my favorite of all the Bruce movies. Fist of Fury, Chinese Connection is my favorite.
So are you saying that James Chan was the actor where Jimmy Wang Yu wasn't?
Jimmy Wang Yu wasn't a great actor. Jimmy Wang Yu wasn't a great fighter. He was just at the right place, right time.
Yeah.
He was a gymnast.
It's a Wonderful Life. That's what it was. He looked like Jimmy Stewart. Just say he was the face. He was the face.
To me, the obvious comparison would be, let's think back, 1989. Bobby Brown has got the world in the palm of his hands. He's the new young black teen superstar. Then Hammer comes. Then Hammer comes along. And it's gone. Sorry,
yeah, because Bobby was doing, it's my prerogative.
Bobby comes around and thinks,
just carried on doing
two can play that game.
Where's this Hammer guy? No, where's the fight?
No, that's before.
Don't be cruel. Whitney! Damn!
It's a farce.
I don't know why. But anyway.
I see the clear line between Jimmy Wang Yu and Bobby Brown, but there we go.
Yeah, all right. So go ahead. You were saying about your three,
they were the three styles.
Yeah.
It was the Bruce
so where does the team film come into that?
Well, the Shaw Brothers were the main.
Always about
they were the
group films.
Chang Cheh's favourite film was The Magnificent Seven. So
you could tell that with the Invincible Eight.
He brought that into the kung fu stuff, and he liked team films. He liked Kelly's Heroes.
Kelly's Heroes, dozen sort of movies.
Yeah. Well, it did have Invincible Eight did have that score because they were all on horseback as well.
Why have a kung fu film when you can have 8 people in it who are all great, and every scene's got a big scene in it, and he wanted to give.
Yeah.
I would have loved Bruce to have done a Chang Cheh.
But post Bruce Lee.
Wow. Well, wait. Well, who do you think he can actually team up with? Because he was such in his own stardom head.
I think David Chiang could have. I think Fu Sheng. I think Bruce and all that kind of stuff. If he'd have lived, I know there was talk of him going back over to Shaw Brothers. Shaw Brothers had Winston first. They did the first. That's right. And Bruce went there, and Shaw Brothers wanted too much control over.
They offered him a standard contract, and he went, I earn more on that white.
And then he said,
I get more than that when I white.
No matter what you think of Bruce Lee, he was a cocky bastard.
Yeah.
And he went to Raymond Chow and said, I want this. I want full control. I do what I want. Within 2 or 3 films, I'll direct, I'll write, I'll produce.
Yeah, but when we talk about the direction, it wasn't all that great. Way of the Dragon wasn't.
But I think if you see his scenes in Game of Death,
exactly. That 50 minutes of footage is the best on-screen Bruce Lee you'll see.
Well, mainly you got the fight sequence in Game of Death.
But on top of that, it's the staging of even the in-between scenes. One of the things that Bruce was at fault of which of the time is that very stagey theatrical direction. You have all the characters stood in a line having a conversation. It
happens in Enter the Dragon.
It happens in all these movies. But with Game of Death, the unedited footage, you can tell he's starting to place the camera in more interesting positions. Yeah. He's learning. Each movie.
I just think from 75 onwards, he would have been. He would have made some.
But on top of that, with movies, he wanted to do something different with it. Yeah. I mean, the last was it The Silent Flute, which isn't a great movie, but it's a great idea. It's a great idea.
I think it would have been a great movie if he'd have done it.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that he was willing not even to take the lead in that. He's the guy who keeps turning up in different guises, in all these different.
Well, he did like that, didn't he?
I know. And whatnot. He was going to play like the.
Which I think is why it would have been great in the Shaw Brothers movie. If you'd have seen him in something like even stuff like Chinatown Kid or something, it would have been stunning.
Chinatown Kid, he would have like the Sun Qian role in Chinatown Kid.
He was hoping to remake Where the Dragon, in San Francisco, and no coincidence. And then we were joined by some music.
It is an interesting thought to figure out what Bruce would have done in that whole 80s costume drama era of the Shaw Brothers, whether it would have been like a group film or non-group film, it's just like, because you could tell that in the 80s, they were really just kind of like going more towards that Shaolin, that kind of movie.
I don't think he would have been there in the 80s. I think he would have gone back to America.
They would have gone back to America. He would have cut back on fighting. I think he may have developed as an actor first and
Yeah.
foremost. I think it would have got. I imagine, but I mean, we can only guess. But
Yeah.
I feel that by the come the 80s, not only that he would have risen the culture and awareness, so he could do movies where he didn't have to throw a punch.
And technically, he was American.
So he was American. Yeah, he was American. So
Yeah, well, no,
he was declared
definitely.
himself American as well.
Oh no, definitely no. I hear
He would
what
have
you're saying.
outgrown.
He would have outgrown kung fu. Yeah, I mean, because it did seem like sometimes, like with the fighting that he had to do, to maintain his title, he would have probably retired. You're right about that. You know what I mean? But he would have still been an actor. But he would have thought he could have just done like Sammo Hung did with martial law. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly,
he probably would have done more like the kung fu. Which was the what?
And it gave Arsenio work.
Yeah, it did.
Arsenio. Oh yeah. Arsenio Hall. Oh my God, I forgot about that. And then good reason. So all right. So then in the '80s, so with the Shaw Brothers and everything, I mean, like, what do you guys think about those films? I mean, like, as far as the group films, that phenomenon. When did it start to die? Really?
82, 83. I think when Jackie come along.
When Jackie Chan came along, he killed it.
78, Jackie come along.
It's not so much that he killed it, it's just that you can see other producers thinking, that works, people like that.
If you watch
movies like this.
Snake
Snake in the Eagle
Shadow.
Yeah.
The concept of Snake in the Eagle Shadow was the first. Guy can't fight, guy meets a teacher teaches him. There's a whole middle section, 20 minutes of him smashing battles and
yeah.
Then he becomes brilliant and he fights. Then every kung fu film
one of the greatest twists ever when they are given poison tea at the end and they fall to the floor and the guy goes, and then you get up and say, haha, see, we fooled you. We don't drink tea.
Oh my God! But then every kung fu film after that had the same plot.
Yeah.
Jackie.
What's the one immediately after Snake in the Eagle?
Drunken Master was
right
after.
It's right after. But there's
Fearless
a
Hyena.
No, it's the one just after. Oh, it's near it. And it's
Lightning Kung Fu
movie.
Lightning Kung Fu with John Louis.
No, it's Jackie and the old guy again, and it's different characters.
Snake in the Eagle Shadow and Drunken Master have exactly the same cast. They were made
but there's another one.
Did Fearless Hyena, which was exactly the same.
Yeah. Fearless Hyena,
and then did Fearless Hyena too.
And it's
So was that? So you're saying that Jackie was like caught up in this role of doing this over and over again? So what got him out of it then? I mean, do you do the Super Cop or the Protector?
No, he did Project A.
Project A, which
actually
was the Project A,
Run, which blew him out the water.
Well, that was him coming to America.
Well, it's a
wasn't
Golden Harvest film.
Right.
They sort of went. It was.
Wait. Big Brawl was before Cannonball Run.
Yeah. He went to some guy at Warner Brothers decided, I know, we can get Robert Klaus, we can get Lalo Schifrin, we get Jackie Chan, and we'll make Enter the Dragon again.
With Jackie Chan.
Same director, same music, same writer.
Right.
We'll film it in America. It's got to be a hit. Boom. Go.
It's Big Brawl.
Big Brawl, Big Brawl,
Yeah. I like Big Brawl.
I love Big Brawl.
Mako. First of all, Mako, who never aged. You know what I mean?
He suffers from David McCallum syndrome. Never.
Have you seen my favourite Chuck Norris film was called Eye for an Eye?
Eye for an Eye.
Oh yeah.
Uses the phone. Mako
Yeah.
uses the phone.
He's stunning. It's one of my favourite.
Make use of your
You should make a
surroundings.
series out of that. Because there's so chemistry between the two.
That's Chuck Mako and Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee's the
good
bad
movie.
guy. Richard Roundtree's in it, for God's sake.
Yeah, Richard Roundtree. That's just like Richard Roundtree being in cute. But like, so where we at then? Are we in the 80s then?
Yeah.
Where Chuck Norris came in.
Yeah,
And Jackie Chan.
Big hits in the
So let's look at how this kung fu genre kind of ended, really. So
the traditional genre.
Yeah. So we got these Shaw Brother movies. We got the Five Deadly Venoms, churning them out and everything like that. But we're not getting the Bruceploitations anymore
forget that.
and everything like that. So when did
Bruceploitation only lasted until about 78.
Yeah, but when do you think like it changed? Like, do you think it was when Jackie went to America to do the Big Brawl? Because Gordon Louis was making movies. I think what happened was Jackie Chan.
It's about
Lee Chae-Hwa.
Lee Chae-Hwa, yeah.
And his brother Lee Chae-Liang, who directed all. He directed.
But it's also you got to look at things like taste change as well, and you'll see like a trend of more like classical stories come back into vogue.
Yeah.
But more fantastical stories coming.
Yeah.
Hence,
well, they're
hence
all
things like-
fantastical now.
Yeah,
you
but
know, I
to
mean,
the point
like
where, you know,
Michelle Yao,
a lot of wire food, really. That's, I mean, in the early 80s, wire food just...
Wu Yang Pen.
Sure,
you
you
know,
have to change though. The Zoo Warriors and
Yeah.
sort of the Hong Kong Raiders.
Well, yeah, but he was going off of the Chinese vampire series,
I was thinking at that time then,
Liam Ching movie.
I think Shaw Brothers were trying desperately to keep hold of that traditional, and they were failing badly because they weren't making it, because people wanted to see Jackie's pirate movie, and they wanted to see, you know, Mad Mission movies, and Ace to Go Places movies, and they wanted to see all that kind of, and the Hong Kong cinema had grown so much, they weren't just making kung fu films anymore, they started doing comedies, action, thrillers,
right.
Mr. Vampire films.
Mr. Vampires, played
Mr.
by...
Vampire,
Played by...
Yeah.
Played by did not play it. Come on. Mr. Vampires played by... Because this is what I was getting at.
Well.
He's dead. He died of cancer, sadly.
Lam Ching Ying was the director, wasn't
Ching
he?
Ying, who also appeared as... Come on, he's Bruce Lee's cousin in The Big Boss.
Oh shit, he is?
Yeah, he is. He's Bruce Lee's cousin in The Big Boss. He's one of the guys, he's one of the family members that gets completely
What,
wiped out.
Akfu? The fat one?
No. There's about 8 of them, isn't there?
Yeah, man. So when you say
But
Bruce
he's
Lee's
not the
cousin,
fat guy. He's one of the. He's like a skinny young guy. He's a family member.
Yeah.
All right.
He went on to be Mr. Vampire.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just like Jackie flying across the floor as the like stood out of the dojo.
Yeah.
Fury.
Greatest, one of the greatest scenes, the nunchuck scene in the dojo.
And it's
Fist of Fury.
The ankles, yes. Which was for us UK viewers was denied to us for many years.
Really? What when he was hitting everybody with the ankles?
Anything with a nunchuck.
Man, see, you know, back in Harlem, man, everybody had to make nunchucks of their own.
Oh, I
made a couple of nunchucks myself, so I mean, you know, it was a deadly weapon and stuff because it was a toy and not such a toy when you could cut up your broomsticks.
Well, you hit yourself with the head.
I did hit myself in the head a lot.
Trends and like you think like classical stories and more, wire food kicking in and whatnot. But you know, Armour of God had such a huge influence over the whole industry. Because once again, they wanted more spectacle.
No matter
but wait a minute, isn't that Jackie Chan though? And Jackie Chan wasn't a big fan of like wire food, was he?
I think because he'd done over 100 kung fu films in the 70s.
Yeah.
And he was fed up with them. He was fed up with them.
Do something different.
So he tried to do. He brought the pirate movie thing. He went to America. He did Battle Creek Brawl. He did Cannibal.
Yeah.
That was for Golden Harvest. So to go, this is Jackie Chan. It's new Bruce Lee.
Which
he quite blatantly wasn't.
Yeah.
He was Jackie Chan. So that all failed. He came back to Hong Kong. He made Young Master, Dragon Lord. Then they went back to America again. And did Protector. James Gilligan House, which is shocking. It's a terrible film. Bill Wallace, bad guy, fights him at the end.
Danny Aiello.
Yeah. Another again flopped badly. He was so totally disheartened because he just come back and in response to Protector, he did Police Story, his own version of a cop movie, which is
fantastic. And Police Story 2, which is even better. Which has one of my absolute.
Wait a minute, isn't Police Story 2?
Playground? Thank you very much.
Is the Police Story 2 the one with the truck scene that Sylvester Stallone stole for Tango and Cash?
That's one.
Blatantly stole.
I know, it's blatant. That's what I'm trying to say.
A lot less impact on it. It's just ridiculous.
The
fact that the guys didn't get really hurt.
No.
Yeah.
We want people hurt.
Yeah.
And they did Armour of God, which totally.
Which is his response to Raiders. That's the influence of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
You know.
Then there was no stopping up. Then there was no.
Yeah, I mean, once he did that,
at the time he said.
Well, wait a minute. But you didn't mention Rumble in the Bronx, wasn't that the first one?
No, I was going to get to that. Then he wasn't. Then he decided, I don't need to go to America. I can make as many great films as I want here. America came for him.
Yeah.
This time it came out the Blue Rumble. Rumble isn't an American film.
No, I know. It's one of those crazy films of the '80s that just had the word Bronx.
That's 90s.
Excuse me, '90s that had the word Bronx in it. Well, like Bronx Warriors 1990. You know, I'm from the Bronx, and I am offended. But like,
filmed in Canada, for God's sake, filmed in Toronto.
I'm just saying.
It just so happened there was a Lamborghini there. You know.
Yes. And Stanley Tong said, "Let's go and make a film that's set in America.
Right.
It's a big Hong Kong film. It'll be all in Chinese."
It was more than a slight debt.
Yeah.
Wear the Dragon, but yeah.
So they went there, they done it, come back. what's the company bought it? New Dimension Films bought it.
It's
Re-edited it a little bit.
Miramax, yeah.
Re-edited, done the best thing they could ever do. They got Jackie to dub it with his own
His own
voice.
yeah.
With his own voice.
With his own voice, which makes
I
it.
hated the dubbing.
Go and release it in America. Boom. Boom. Made a fortune.
Speaking of dubbing,
And this is Rumble.
that's right. Speaking of dubbing, though,
Very next film
I
was
love the
Rush
fact that who dubbed
Rush Hour came after Rumble?
Very next film was Rush Hour.
Rush Hour, yeah. Who was
Yeah,
the
he's so old in Rush.
yeah, because it was about 97.
Yeah.
97.
Very next film was Rush
Was
Hour.
my favourite thing about the Bruce Hong Kong films was who did the English dub for on the Mandarin versions of the English speaking characters.
He did mostly.
He did
his own dub, yeah.
When he fights the beat off the Russian,
Yeah.
he's talking to himself.
Yeah. Did his own dub.
And of course Bruce says in the Mandarin version, "I would like some Chinese spare ribs." Which is, and apparently he loved playing the bad guys. He loved it. It's just fun. And he was a great bad guy. See me Marlowe. He just steals the movie. He's in it for 5 minutes. And he's moving.
Have you seen that? The James Garner.
James Garner.
Oh yeah, Marlo. Oh
Smash
yeah.
the
When he
lampshade
kicks him,
and
yeah,
stuff.
the white suit.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, definitely.
Going back to people who... I recently watched Chinese Zodiac.
Oh, yeah.
Jackie's new...
I've heard of it. I've seen a trailer and I wasn't interested. It looked like Armor of God though, didn't it?
It's not great, but it's got some amazing stunts in it.
Well, yeah, but Jackie's all about his son, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but there's a scene in it at the start of the film. He's on a bike and he knocks this guy over on a motorcycle. The guy goes flying on his backside across the road. The guy gets up and all his backside's on fire. Type
Oh,
thing, right?
what,
It's
like smoking?
Yeah, smoking on fire. Takes his helmet off and runs off. And in the outtakes at the end, as Jackie always does, the guy comes flying off the bike, just the crash helmet on, gets up, takes the crash helmet off, and it's Jackie. Did his own bad guy stunt.
Oh, right.
It's like Steve McQueen chasing himself in The Great Escape.
It's amazing.
No, yeah, that's nice. That's right, yeah.
So
Well, I
cool.
love the fact that when Jackie, the idea with Jackie was, well, we'll show when it doesn't work, and this will put the kids off. But no, that's the part we wait for the most, folks.
Well, yeah, no, I know. I remember this one where he jumps on the boat, like on thing, and he breaks his foot.
Oh, that's Rumble in the Bronx.
Bronx.
On the hovercraft.
No, not when he jumps. Not when he jumps over the roof.
No, he jumped over on the hovercraft. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
They made a custom car for him.
yeah.
He looked like a Nike or something.
Yeah.
But my favorite.
That was worse than a James Bond stunt because that had a lot of stunts in it with that hovercraft and everything. It was just kind of like a really long chase sequence. That one, wasn't it?
I love Rumble in the Bronx.
Rumble is great. It has a great
I got
line in it when he fights the bad guys, and then the fight gets stopped. And he says, "It's a shame. I wish we could drink tea together. I would rather, it's a shame we can't drink tea together." Which is like,
There's a bit in the,
Yeah, but it's such a bad dub that
There's
it's
a bit in the actual trailer where he's in the Lamborghini and the doors are cut off and he's got the two like knives up the side, and when he cuts the side of the hovercraft so it all falls apart.
Right.
And he rolls onto this truck and a car just misses.
Oh, then he did. Then he rolled over him, didn't it?
Are you okay? And he goes, "No," and just runs off.
But I'd have to say, my favourite Jackie work, apart from when he fell down the wooden scaffolding, the bamboo scaffolding, which is just stunning, is actually the the stuff that doesn't appear to be so like convoluted. It's things like in Police Story 2, he runs across the highway. Yeah. So it's just like
it's one.
It's one where he runs across, and it's like every car has to be set up, and it's like we're talking about 40, 50 cars all set up, and
so that way nobody accidentally hits him.
But when he gets to the other side, the truck hits him. It's supposed to have stopped like there, but he clipped him, and he goes flying out of frame, and then comes back in and carries on the scene.
And he said the stuntman said to him, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and Jackie went, "No, good job."
It's all right. It's all right.
Good job, man. Look good on film.
Fine. I'm fine. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Jackie was the first one, like the proper kung fu stars, who actually wanted to show himself on camera in one full scene. He'd do a backflip, kick 7 people, then go. And you knew it was Jackie, you knew it was someone.
Yeah.
And you were like, wow, this is amazing.
Even Bruce was doubled.
Yeah.
He wasn't so keen on doing things like
he couldn't flip.
Like that, no. Although he does do the flip on Enter the Dragon.
The first
he
one,
did the very first one on that.
The one where he had to flip over the arms and stuff like that.
That is Bruce. That is Bruce.
Trampoline. Yeah.
You don't see the feet.
No, yeah, exactly.
To be fair, Bruce was also the first filmmaker to say, no, put the camera there, and we'll do it over there.
Yeah.
There's not going to be some close-ups. There's no. In fact, it's not in not one Bruce Lee movie. There is no the old trick of putting the arm up the trap with the boot into the face. Even Jackie's done that.
Well, I heard that Bruce Lee was actually hitting people and stuff like that.
Sometimes
it happens. But
you know,
him and Bob Wall on Enter the Dragon had a bit of a
But
it's not. They had a set to, but there was no animosity really. He accidentally caught Bruce he cut his thumb and whatnot. But the kick he gives Bob Wall at the Enter the Dragon when it goes into the other guys, that was real. That was real.
Bob Wall said, "Go on."
Hit me. So I mean, so like, coming down to the end, I mean, do you think that we'll get any of these Shaw Brothers style like movies again? Because like what we're getting now in the present day is like we're getting like Jet Li, we're getting Michelle Yeoh. I mean, we're not really getting any more like superstar.
Well,
I mean, like we're not talking about what is the Donnie Yen and all of that kind of stuff. They're not really standing out like the other guys did. No. But what I'm trying to say is, their movies, we're getting these more. It's all about the weaponry, like the poison arrows, the daggers, the swords.
Like the early John Woo gunplay movies. It's you'll see. Wait a minute. Oh, Better Tomorrow comes out. You'll see 50 Better Tomorrow rip-offs. Etc. I think right now there are better filmmakers making Hong Kong films. As in, these guys actually.
Yeah, but we don't really get to see them.
No. But then again, there's also it's about tastes and trends. Movies like On Beck, The Raid comes along, even though it's actually made by a Western. A Welshman. That's right.
Actually, a friend of mine knows him. Actually,
what we see there is a lot more. I don't want to say realistic, but more believable fights.
Well, if you want to talk about The Raid, that's like the same thing of talking about like the Tony Jahn and all of that kind of stuff, But I mean, to me, that's not the same as my Kung Fu Shaolin movies.
I think the old style is dead. That'll never come back.
That's what I'm saying, though.
That'll never.
But they probably said that about the Westerns, and the Westerns keep coming back. That's my point.
Little bit. Jackie did it in Drunken Master 2 in the beginning of the 90s. He brought the traditional back just to have another little go at it.
So do you think we won't see that ever again?
I don't think so.
But it's also it's a generational thing. I mean, old farts like us, we can sit and reminisce because we were part of that era of growing up.
Plus, Chase, it's hard for new guys to come out in Hong Kong now because you're always going to get linked to Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
So they become actors and they do.
Or the Five Venom.
And you'll see more classical stuff in terms of like both. Or the Far East, a lot of television shows. Still rely on a lot of classical stuff. There's a lot of swordplay TV shows as well,
soaps and
whatnot. But as for big movies, no, probably not. No,
right.
It's a shame.
Kung Fu soap operas and.
Yeah, I heard.
Look at my brother.
But in the UK, growing up, the great martial arts spectacle for us.
No, it's actually. Look at my brother.
Was a Japanese TV show set in feudal China, and that was the Water Margin.
Yeah,
the Water Margin was just like.
Well, I still call it Seven Blows to the Dragon. I mean, every time people keep saying that's the Water Margin.
No, the series.
Yeah, no, I know, but the series, I keep, like
Ling Chung, possibly.
It's just not the same. It's just not the same. That movie was just completely flawless. Seven Blows to the Dragon, and even the sequel, All Men Are Brothers. It was just like that was just it for me. But every time people keep saying it's Water Margin, they don't even have the names in the Water Margin. Like Black Whirlwind or Iron Force or Leopard.
I mean, it's
they don't even have the names. I don't know why they say it's Water Margin.
It's like the Justice League of the Avengers of the Kung Fu world.
Yeah.
And I love every character is standout. Completely. And I know it may sound like one-dimensional, but it's so easily identifiable. Oh, he does this, she does that. Yeah, this guy's really strong, this guy's really fast.
Which is like Magnificent Seven.
Exactly.
Exactly. But that's why it was classic. I mean,
look, as a kid, that opening title, and it was the same producers who later did Monkey. I mean, Monkey was fun, but it wasn't exactly classic. It didn't make you go, and that was always the thing in the playground. Did you see Monkey? Yeah. Was it as good as Water Margin? Water Margin. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. People getting their heads cut off.
There didn't even seem to be a lot of fighting in Water Margin though either. When I tried to watch it,
you have whole episodes where it's just pure drama.
Yeah.
But when something does happen,
when it fights, there is a fight.
And it took a long time because it's about 4 or 5 episodes where it is just Ling Chung.
Yeah.
Ling Chung, and it's about something like 30 odd episodes long. And the other guys didn't come into it until much later, but Ling Chung, he goes to prison, he's sentenced to prison.
It was a proper story series.
And you have to stick with it.
Yeah.
So was Lee Chung supposed to be the David Chiang character, the Young Lightning character?
Yeah.
Which was fantastic because when you talk about score, I mean that whole, was like, I always think that they took that to make, but I think that. Shut up. I think that they took that anyway. I think they took that chicka cha into Friday the 13th. With Jason.
That's actually kill.
It is. Yeah.
Is it just kill?
Kill mommy.
Kill. I mean, so it just.
Yeah, but that's
my favorite thing, and I actually liked it. In a little side note, Freddy vs. Jason, my absolute favorite thing was the blending of the two themes during the New Line titles. You went ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
I thought, done. That's it. But anyway, getting back to Hong Kong.
Yeah. So anyway, like I said, so you think that it's that. So what do you think about the modern kung fu? Then I mean, it's not. For me, it's not the same, but I mean, there's always a new movie every year. There's always a new one, and I mean, even though Crouching Tiger went to the Oscars, I still thought it was boring. But I did.
They made films like Crouching Tiger for
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's what we're getting as an import, though, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
We're all Seven Swords. We're always getting the next new big extravaganza. It's like David Lean made them or something like that. You know what I mean?
CGI helps because you got the vistas and the casts of thousands. You don't need, especially for classical sort of stuff. I mean, is it Red? What's the thing that John Woo did? He went back to
Red. It's a house.
Something like that.
It's like a building.
How sad is this, folks? It's got to the point where I can't remember at the time.
Red Lantern.
Something like that.
Something like that. Not Razor Red Lantern. No.
That's what I said.
Definitely not that one.
But anyway,
I think it's a nostalgia thing with your age and stuff. Which Tarantino did with Kill Bill. It was that kind of bringing that old school back.
It was. It felt a little old school. That I mean, I
really hate to Kill Bill. I just say, if you love that kind of movie so much, Mr. Tarantino, why don't you just promote people to go and watch them?
Well, he was as well.
Well, no. Hold on. He's the filmmaker, and it's like us being filmmakers. It's like it's something he loved. You can't stop him from making it, and he made it.
I can't do that. But at the same time, it's the classic thing. Just because you like food doesn't mean you can run a restaurant.
Well, so anyway, what I will say is, I would have to disagree when you say that they won't
Whitney.
I won't disagree when you say that they won't do it because, as I pointed out, I don't know if you've seen it yet. Man with the Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Now that actually is a throwback. That is a classic kung fu style movie. Have you seen it?
I still not seen it.
I got it. Seen it.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
I got it. Seen it. See, I need to introduce these two to Man with the Iron Fist. Forget the fact that is
in it.
Forget the fact that Russell Crowe is in it. Forget the fact that. Forget the fact. Forget the fact that RZA supposedly directed it. It is produced by Tarantino and Eli Roth, and those are the guys who pretty much put that together.
You're not selling it to me here.
Does Lalo Schifrin do the music?
If not, why not?
He's 81 now.
He's still working. He's looking great. He doesn't look 81. Because he doesn't look.
Does he not? No. Man with the Iron Fist. So hopefully they will watch it. Hopefully they'll watch it because it is a throwback to that whole kind of period of time.
It's on our to-do list. It's on our
to-do list.
One more thing before we go. Growing up, especially on VHS in the 80s and probably chasing the cinema, him being 63 and all. He was around there when Lowlight was making films, waiting for the next one to come out.
Anyway.
Anyway wasn't in it. But he was having conversations with himself, but you could tell if he hadn't separately cut it, he'd go, "Yes, I know. Do you? Yes."
I think my favourite English dub.
Well, at the same time, so it wasn't stopped. It was kind of like just read. Oh no! It sounds like our. You know what? Know who could do that? Our very own Noel Russ.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Master Noel.
Master Noel. Master Race.
So my favourite English dub would have to be, without a doubt, Prodigal Son. There's a character in Prodigal Son who's like an oafish oafish sort of guy. And he's a monk, but he's not all there. But he gave him this sort of voice. Yeah, I could do it your style, can't I?
Saturday night beers, watching one of them, just it's.
What more do you need?
I don't know, man. I know that last thing I'll say on that dubbing thing is that, like, I had gotten a hold of Big Boss. I'll just say I had gotten a hold of it, and so when I had gotten it, it was the original, Mandarin or whatever, and stuff like that. I said, oh damn! All right, so I watched it anyway because I'm watching it for the fights and everything like that. So it still, was a watchable film. And then so I had gotten the English dub version like soon after, and then I figured I'll watch that over again because it's just a great film that you can do that. And just looking at the subtle differences between the original language and the dub, it's like because they still are saying it in Mandarin, but just like would you just say, yo, I'll just throw in this voice.
People know the majority of Chinese films are dubbed. They're dubbed.
Yeah, well, no,
definitely.
Yeah, definitely. But there was some skilled dubbers in there that it looked like it was him really actually saying. But it was just like kind of like that when I was doing that Feng Wai Shan, come out,
I want a job as a skilled dubber.
A skilled dubber.
Thing is, I think all of these movies, though, each and every one of these films could have been made even greater, which is if that's possible, if they were done not so much in a dub style, but in a rubber dub.
Not with dubstep.
Rubber duck style?
In a rubber duck style.
Not with a dubstep.
Everyone spoke like they came from Kingston. That would be just blind.
Right. Okay.
Sorry.
So anyway, right. So as you can see, this show had a lot of disagreements, but hopefully, I think we successfully went through the whole period of Kung Fu.
Created a few new stars.
We did.
No way, anyway, one way,
and the lack of Bruce.
Which way?
And the lack of Bobby Brown in Kung Fu.
All right, go ahead, do it again, Whitney. I'm out of here.
Indeed. And on that bombshell, we will say, Goonie Goo Goo.
Goonie Goo Goo.
Okay.